time for propaganda, time to grab your brews and your commons. Propaganda, open up your best ideas. Time to watch deluxeicoff brew a deck for you.
Well, whoever you were that did the 10,000 subs, thank you so much. It was nerve-wracking. I was looking at it said 9999 for like, oh, I don't know, 30 hours. I'm like, come on, one. And then finally I woke up and it was at 10. So thus the video at the top, kind of an old school video. We used to do that. I think I started that when we first hit 1,000 subs, and I did it like every once in a while. Anyway, you get the idea. So there's no Marvel today. I was looking around outside of Bo and trying to find something fun to show you guys, and I'm still about a week away from doing that. Or not, but I've been tweaking this blue Infect list. We're not going to do much better than a 2-3-3-2 in my prediction, but I do think there's something maybe here. We've got a total of 22 lands. We have a lot because we're playing all 4 foils. We need it's kind of our way of playing Apostle's Blessing. Yes, I know we could play it, but we don't really have that many creatures that we care about. This is a little hard to defend as long as they're not red and coming at us. You can look at our sideboard for the defense in that. But anyway, if they give us any sort of time, you know, the creatures get there, they kind of have to respect the creature count in game 2, so they can't just side out removal and be like, oh, this is just a draw go deck. Whereas we can kind of do that because we have access to 6 of these if you include the 2 god-awful merchant scrolls with white borders. I didn't have the foresight to get the black ones or play with my other channel, but hey, there we go. Yeah, we don't have any creatures, but we've got 18 basics and then the expensive scaries here. If you look at our mana curve here, you can see why there's no 1-drops. This is just all big time stuff. So we're doing the proliferate thing and the attacking thing. We've got 4 prologues, 2 merchant scrolls of horrible white bordered persuasion. We've got 4 auguries, 4 plans, and 4 blighted agents. We only have 1 Ichorclaw Myr, and I found 3 Thrumming-Birds, the evasion, to be a little bit better than this since we don't really have access to sort of a trample ability in blue. Obviously, 4 counterspells, 4 foils is we got a pretty rock steady counter package. And then, you know, every other card's drawing us a card, drawing us a card, drawing us a card, drawing us 3 cards. So it's pretty fun. But the only thing we really have to proliferate on our side is if you've got a Skerry out, you can just keep doing the 2 mana dance thing. We've got 2 mesmerizing dose in the sideboard, just against those big go tall decks and leaning all in on an angler or something. Serrated Arrows is sort of an MVP here, especially against a like a Boros style list, and you need to just keep taking stuff out and you just keep adding counters and it starts killing stuff left and right. Fade away for the go wide decks, and then 7 blast effects for red, which we'll probably lose horribly too, but you know, we're going to see the deal there. So as we look to see if this will be a perfect outing if Grogberg is our first opponent, let's see if it happens. After all, I have 8 counterspells for that combo. And I just found that Secret Skybreak, I haven't done too deep of a dive into it yet. My son went on a rare little excursion with some friends, and he's having a good old time. So we're going to be planning on building something a little bit more interesting next week. I was going to maybe go with my Death Touch Ping and add a splash of red because I already have Trinket Mage in there. But we'll see. All right, so we've got kind of everything we want right here. Now, this is just a fun deck. I've been tweaking a similar list like this for a while now, and I don't think I've ever played it on the channel, but we'll keep this. Oh, man, I'm cutting my grass. Ooh. Oh, yeah, thank you for that, Chimpskey. Yes, I know it's still broken, so I'm pretty frustrated about that. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Oh, great, here comes red. All right, so we'll probably lose this first game. This looks like more of a traditional goblin build so far. They're probably going to be going wide, so this will scream of like a fadeaway. But, you know, even in a match like this, you drop Blighted Agent, they kind of have to respect it, at least game 1. It might save you a healing salve effect and then throwing a lightning bolt at it instead of your face. Oh, hold on a minute here. 1, 2, I did that, and then that. All right. The Firebrand. Well, there goes our Blighted Agent plan, but it might be able to eat a Firebrand here. We finally got a percolator, just an all-metal coffee maker. I've been trying to avoid plastics, all the new science and everything and stuff, so we finally have an all. So, but the coffee's a lot smoother. I wish we would have done it a long time ago. A little bit more of a mess, a little bit more of a project, but good times nonetheless. All right. Should I just bring this out, maybe hope it lives? I think I'm just going to do this. Next turn, I can, well, I'm going to have to get a poison counter before I can do that. Let's see if it lives. Probably not, but it'll at least stop. They look like they're a little bit screwed, so anything I can do to slow down this beginning game, I'm going to. Renegade Tactics, no response. Ooh-doo-doo. Well, that was kind of redundant. Why not attack first? Or do one or the other? Guess they're really trying to hit that land, maybe. All right, here we go. Yeah, I just have my coffee black. I'm pretty boring. Steady progress. Hurting a bit here. I mean, I could get Prologue online here, but I think I'm just going to count on Thrummingbird. In the corner of my eye, I thought this had Proliferate, and I forgot it doesn't. It just draws you the card. So we'll see if we can need some more removal here. I'm probably not going to counterspell anything. Today I overfilled the water, though, and, you know, obviously it has to boil to do its thing, and it just went all over the stove. So I spent a good 20 minutes cleaning that this morning. Can't block. Okay, we cannot block. Did they finally find their land? This is why when you play an aggressive deck, I think you should always add about one more land than normal and just have something to do with it, whether it's a discard effect to like Fireblast or Retrace. It's kind of like in tennis or pickleball. It's like get it over the net. You know, that's that 18th land instead of 17. You're just giving away like free points. Like we'd probably be just thrashed if he even had one more mountain out. It seems like they're got a real low curve. So red. So obviously I'll poison first and then go swing. Let's do this. I'll get the poison counter. Come on now. Okay, there we go. Poison achieved. We will attack. Start doing the thing. I got Augury. That's pretty cool. Proliferate on our opponent and on our land. Here and here. Done. I think I want to maybe sit back on the counter. I could do the Augury thing here. I'll just do that AOT. Skerry should be set at 2 for the rest of the game now. Full strike haste. I don't mind this coming out. That's fine. I think I'm just going to play that Blighted Agent next turn and block Foundry Street with it so it just doesn't keep chewing us up here. And in a pinch, you know, you could Augury for an island pitch stuff. I don't know why you would when you have a counterspell here, but hey, there's crazier things. Definitely one of the better cards in the list. It's like a super ponder. Woo! Isn't a weapon rack a reprint? I know Stark Tech, the instant one, is too. It's funny with new card smell. I was explaining to my wife about how sometimes I'll pick out something. I'm like, yeah, it's pretty good. And then I find out it's a reprint. And I'm like, and I didn't even play the reprint. I'm like, so guilty of new card smell myself. Experimental Augury, let's go. Look at the top 3. Whatever one you click on is what you're going to get at this stage. Augury, please. Those are like, it's like the best card. Any orders, fine with me. And then we'll proliferate here and here. There we go. Alrighty. Let's... I'm going to play this dude out. Maybe not the best play. I just want to... Let me Augury right now. And tapped out. And we can maybe find an island so I can have a nice little foil trick if it comes up. So right now we don't really need many more lands here. Or we could just hardcast foil if we want to get there. EOT him to death. Yeah, sure, I'll just get this. Say any order. Now we are set. We're going to proliferate. This feels like it's going good, but let's be honest. If they had a one mountain, we'd probably be dead. So getting a little lucky here. Opponent kept their deck very lean. A lot of draw cards. Proliferate You and you. I'm gonna keep that island back. Let's not to be dishonesty. I knew you were gonna catch me at that. So Marvel comes out. It's been a trip trying to, you know what? I'm going to foil this. Not that I really care about the creature. I care about a blocker. So I'll say no to that. Get rid of that. And sure, one of these. Remember, you can discard 2 islands too. It just has another card. Sometimes I forget seeing that. Might get a concession here. I will be blocking this. I mean, they're 1 mana away from just this game getting completely opened up. So. And judge if you play with Foundry Street, it means he's got a bunch of 1-drops. It's like a BTE followed by, you know, the Hornburg or something like that. And then I push. I mean, we're just dead. So I'm just going to do this. Surprise him a little bit. Always do what your opponent doesn't want. Kind of hoping I draw just an island. I can sit back on Counterspell and EOT him to death with steady progress. Got him at 5, soon to be 7. Let's go. All right, I like that a lot. Let's draw a card, please. And you know what? I think I'm going to take the Augury here. Yeah, we'll take Augury. Any order is fine. Proliferate. Make sure to click very slowly here. Done with that. Attacking here. 1 up to 7. Should get him next turn. Proliferate. You and you. Considered playing like Unstable Mutation, but you know, that's just a kind of a one more card, and you're not really focused on creatures here. The creatures are a distraction. You can easily not even use them because we have Prologue. We've got 6 ways of doing it via the Merchant Scroll. So if they have some sort of black kill-all strategy, you just keep them in there and let them do it. Make them have it, you know. It's taking time away from their turns. Interesting new take on it. Do I have one? I'll counter that. We'll keep it alive. Might get a concession here. There it is. All right. Very unlikely win against red. I don't think game 2 or 3 will be that easy. Fade away feels like it would be really good, but I think I'm going to favor just doing this. I might just lose these steady progresses, although I do like the EOT there, but I'm going to lose the scrolls. Kind of set and ready. I'm going to lose the Myr. Probably lose... Well, Thrummingbird is going to be just as good as Blighted Agent here. So I got to get rid of 4 cards. I think I'll get rid of Counterspell because we just brought in like a bunch of them. The whole deck's red, so we're kind of making our deck more efficient here. So let me get rid of 2 of these and bring in 2 counters. I think we're good here. You know, that might be worthy of a Serrated Arrows, but if I do like Serrated Arrows here. I'm gonna take out my steady progresses and just go like that. Just 2. I have so many 1 toughness critters, and even in the case that we don't, their first strike, and then there's 0/1s, and then we proliferate, and then we kill it. So a little bit of defense there. I might be incorrect. Should have probably put in Fade Away there. There's a blue spell, though, and they can answer about it. So, yeah, today will be another one of those weird late uploads because I've got to work right after the show. So I just hit upload, and then when I get home, I see how it's going. It's usually all HD and everything's ready. But then I have to make the graphic and do all that stuff. Everybody out there that does the YouTube dance knows what I'm talking about. Go on, opponent. They're not liking their hand here. Guess we could see what's going on here with the game log. Make sure they're all here. Some of the new Marvel cards, the rares, some guy brought them into the store, and I was like, I didn't think it was even a Magic card at first. I was like, oh my gosh. like Doctor Doom, and you just look and squint to see the mana cost and stuff. I'll keep this. I'm not wild about it. Got early Hydroblast, blast, early agent. I'll probably just put the agent out turn 2 just so that he uses the Firebrand on it. It is kind of relaxing to play this list because you don't really care about your creatures, which is a really weird spot to be in Infect. Woo, Captain Blood Tempest, 65 months at tier 1, baby. That's how we roll. Bam. Down to 19 already. My wife keeps cleaning this room up and my wigs and stuff are gone, so I'll have to... That wild growth 10,000 point thingy, I gotta be careful. Wigs. Here we go. So a really neat war film called Pressure. It's about World War II meteorologists and kind of the birth of the science of it. It was pretty neat. I've always been kind of a World War II buff, or I thought myself one, and I had no idea that there was that whole, we were about to invade on like a huge storm, and it's just a really neat thing to see how meteorology actually shaped World War II. That blew my mind. Stopping this prevents quite a bit of damage. I'm going to just stop it. I'll kill it. I'm going to count on that monkey killing my own agent. Early Bushwhacker suggests they've got another one. So I think I'm going to put agent out there just so they have to lose one resource, whether it's a bolt or the monkey. It's probably going to be the monkey. Woohoo! Yeah, that was a nightmare. That Bushwhacker garden helper commercial that I did, the spoof, I remember cutting out this guy. That was a lot of work. Found some HD version of him. Not easy. All right, we'll worry about Infect later. We're just worried about a blocker here, or at least getting rid of doing a 1-for-1 here. Again, this is just kind of the liberating feeling of playing Blue Infect. I know it sounds funny to say Blue Infect, but it's true. Definitely Prologue first and then Plan. Okay, well, there's 4 damage we saved to ourselves, or at least 2. I don't see many artifacts in their list. That was an interesting move. What am I playing that weekend? Yowza. He's subscribed through the 2031. Oh my God, that's some pressure. It's like, you better keep streaming. I got no lack of creativity or ideas. I should be here. Unless something goes horribly wrong. Let's hope that we just get a Hydroblast, I guess. They really have a good thwart in their plans if they have a Hydroblast. Probably should have done that on their turn. Or in response to something, but hey, that worked out pretty good. Have we played a land this turn? Yes, we have. Okay. I don't know if I want to use this on the Firebrand. We're still in the teens. Yeah, a lot of lists play like 2 or 3 prologues. I was like, I'm always going to want to see that. You know, once they know what you're up to, it's a high counter ratio or sideboard tech like, PauperRBust. So that's only 2 damage. I'm not too worried about that. Strange deck construction so far. I don't really see... I'm going to try to get rid of the offense here. Just do this here. Doesn't seem like I don't know what they're sitting on. Are they flooded this turn? Can double plan here. That's even better. Well, Contentious Plan. Proliferate. User. Done. We've got an island. All right. So even here, you can augury into like a foil if like stuff really hits the fan, but we're going to be leaning on Insight next turn. This thing's terrifying. It's like a tree brain or something. What on earth is our opponent holding? They just have a bunch of counter magic? Yeah, it's not mince any words here. We're getting lucky. We should probably be at like 8 life here. I'll always take an augury. It's just like the most efficient. Any order. Don't forget to proliferate. And without any creatures, and just like that, here we go. I changed my mind. I'm going to do this. I'm going to sit on this for counter magic. Boop. Hey, there's some counter magic. So if they do something mean, we counter it. If not, we augury and start walking up the blue infect ladder. Ability to say absolutely no 8 times is pretty cool. Yeah, I don't care about this. Don't get counter happy. Ooh. This creature can't block. That's fine with me. The FIFA World Cup LA lost, or I should say USA lost to Turkey. And the day of that, we had a big event at the store with the Panini trading cards company was there. And man, it was standing room only. People collecting those little sticker books. I don't get it, but they were having fun, so that's all that matters. What is this? New Devilry. Fine, you do your thing. What a strange build of red. We'll do the augury. Making sure we can't kill anything on their side. All right. Oh, yeah, sure. We'll do this. And then any order's fine. Click slowly. Make sure to proliferate. There we go. Another insight. I do believe I want to do that now. We'll probably get a foil or an island. Either way, we're going to be set. Proliferate. Use. Boop. Play the land. Got 2 blasts in hand. Kind of a full set. Feel pretty good. Yeah, consider doing that right now, but I'd much rather try to have a counter war over a bushwhacker or something like that. It represents a lot more damage than killing some percussionist. But yeah, if the deck stumbles or they kind of rely on that one big spell, this usually has enough draw answers at instant speed to go find the foil in the island, as long as you're not dumb and play it out. Another good reason for the Skerries, they're thematic. They fit right with the tempo of the game and then encourage you to hoard lands later. But don't forget, you can just hardcast foil, especially at this stage, you know. It's probably better to just play the resource out and just sit on it. I do like the Blue Elemental Blasts artwork. That's pretty cool. Do we try to kill this EOT? Let's see if they get counter happy. I'll just turn off this little clock they've got. I know I still take a little bit of damage and they get a card, but what are they exiling? Lightning Bolt. All right. Yeah, I fear a handful of red here. Oh, the Epicure. All right, well, they're going to have to wait a turn to do that. Skerry showing up. I want to bring out a distraction card here. I can probably, we're going to augury no matter what. Don't know about this. Let me, I'll try and do this here. We'll counter this because it's red. Just to encourage more of these spells going to my creature. If they bolted it again, I would have probably let it die. Held Counterspell back. I just see that as like playing a free white spell like Healing Solve or something, right? 15 tickets each. Oh, apologies, everybody. Normally I'd care about that. I don't think this is worth countering. Right? We're almost at single digits. Now we are at single digits, so I'm going to let this go. That's fine. Just because you can counter something doesn't mean you should. Yeah, I think I'll let this go. Yeah, that's fine. Nope. Go ahead and kill it. So that's like 5 damage. Hydroblast only counting for 2 that time. The Augury here. Oh, good. A blast out of the deal. Sure. Any order. Proliferate. This and this. Done. I guess let's kill this thing here. Sure. Get out of here. 2 for 1. I get to draw a card. Off we go. Wiki Bear. Whoop. Oh, should have done that at the very end. Oh well. Well, we got a foil. That's pretty cool. We'll go 1, 2, oh, that's 3, 4, 5. Cast Vivisurgeon's Insight. Proliferating here and here. Drawing 3 cards. Oh, that's pretty cool. Got 2 counter spells. Oh, we could almost go for it here. I'm just gonna sit back. Single digits. They got 1 card. Feels like we got this one. I think our opponent's just trying to do a little too much with red here. A little too cutesy on the outskirts, but we still haven't seen it really work. So who are we to say? Maybe it's like the next great thing. Yeah, really considered countering that Epicure just because I didn't want these blood tokens showing up and making their turn more efficient and being able to dig for stuff. But whatever, that's fine. We're looking to like counter a Fireblast here or that, you know. Get out of here. Now they're hellbent. So yeah, we win. And we got Counterspell back up here. So that feels pretty good. It looks fragile on the surface, and indeed it can be, but when you have this much ability to draw at instant speed and then to go find, you know, big time counterspells, no catchphrases needed, they just counter the spell, 8 of them at that, you kind of play Mother May I and buy yourself quite a bit of time, even though we don't have access to blue. I mean, you could put like a what do you call, what's the card I'm thinking about, the Campfire, that's the one. If you wanted to gain life and stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll do this here. Drawing 3 and doing the thing. With Counterspell. You know, if they had like a Fire Blast right here, maybe we were at 4, we'd still be able to catch them unawares. Woo! All right. Well, cool. We at least win 1. Yeah, you play a deck this weird, you run the risk of going 0-5, which is fine. I'm not against, I've done that maybe, it's about once a year. I think that'll go down a little less than that. I think we've had 4 or 5 shows in 10 years. So about every 2 years, we'll do something like that. But hey, if you're not doing that, then you're not trying hard enough to try new things and stuff, right? Anybody can just copy paste stuff from Goldfish or whatever your poison is and go from there. But yeah, pretty cool. So yeah, we got 10K. Oh, the new Avatar series, The Last Airbender, the live action one came out. Outside of the wooden acting on, especially the leads part, the guy that plays the Avatar, I thought Katara's acting got way better. Like she went to some acting school or something. And but the effects, and I was pretty impressed with the writing of what they avoided and then how they tied it back in and made it come around way better than the first season. We will keep. So yeah, it was not Grogberg. And Chimpskey's right. All right. Counter time. Want to stick that Phyresis as soon as possible here. Man, I'm trying to come up with a clever name for this other than just Blue Infect. Bring this down. Yeah, thank you for mentioning that. Serrated Arrows for sure. If those come down, the good thing about big mana spells against a Fae style is they've got to have like 3 fairies out and kind of already winning to really answer it outside of a hard counter. I like this opening. They're going to probably play the creature. Yep. And then we've got an opening to Prologue here. Not the best move, but I'd rather just get a poison counter on it and then play Agent later as like a, oh, I got to counter that, and they don't, but you know, they might think they do. Okay, that'll serve some dividends. I'm kind of happy we drew that. We'll Prologue now. Get a card. Hopefully it's just a Skerry. Yeah, good. If they tap out, they tap out. It'll probably be a setup turn here. I'm going to play like a Ichorclaw or Blighted Agent, and then just for the main point of surviving and blocking Moon Circuit. Just keeping them honest, you know, making them... Sometimes in like, well, like pickleball, for example, you have to prove that you have a shot so that people don't pick on that area sometimes. And so I'm kind of doing this like, hey, we have creatures. You better not side out too much for game 2 or whatever. So arsenic and old lace. I don't want, especially people of other cultures and stuff, just hard enough to read multi-syllabic words and things like that. So, but I like where your head's at. Amigo Azul, we could call it that. It's the Blue Friends list. Okay. We'll bring this out. I think I'm just going to set up here. Let me, I think they're less like, I'm going to bring out the Myr. We're probably going to eat a fairy here, but whatever. Oh, good. It's Counterspell. Well, we got a little bit of free info. So, next turn, I'll probably plan, then Agent, if Skerry gets updated to 3. I like your style, my stab throw. A little intimidating. They're discarding things like Of One Mind. Doesn't make too much sense. Unless they have like 3 more. They haven't missed a land drop though, so yeah. We've only got them at 1 poison. Already seen a Counterspell. Snap's going to be useless here. But again, you know, they're probably not going to side that out, thinking I might have some... Because blue has those, what, creature gets 4/4, little tricks and such, but I'm going to go like this. Ooh, boy, this is toasted, isn't it? Maybe I just steady progress on their turn, and then Augury. Have I played a land yet? Let me see. I played an island. All right, let me just plan here. We'll plan. We're proliferating here and here. Say done on that. We drew the card. We can steady progress. Their turn. Snap suggests they have another one. Don't really want to go into that. Yeah, we'll just steady progress on their upkeep. His meth is blue poison. Yeah, baby. Do steady progress here. I mean, they didn't counter the Contentious Plan, so I'm imagining they don't have a hard counter with them or sprite. So I'll just keep getting our lands right. Done with that. Drawing the scroll. All right. God, it might be good to just get foil at this point. Especially if we hit a land now that we've got a Skerry locked and loaded. We're taking 4 turns, though. We only have 3 turns to do 7 damage that way. So I think we might want to fight to keep Agent out there with Counterspell. What are they discarding? Please don't be a land. Very typical list. We see the Intruder, so our Infect creatures probably aren't going to be doing much. Even if we block, they'll probably do that at instant speed to save their guy. I'm thinking we might almost go creatureless game 2. The snap, the brine barrel, all these things are kind of inferior if we're creatureless. But that really means we have to lean hard on Prologue. Otherwise, if they just know what we're up to and they counter it, we're really hurting. 2 turns. Let's see if we can do stuff. Foil, I like that. Let me bring out the agent. I kind of want to augury right now. Find an island. Augury in response. This is really hurt if they have another sprite behind this, but so yeah, I'll keep the island. Any order, please. Proliferate. You and you. Now, do I do the thing? I think I will. We'll say counter this spell, discard an island, and another card. I don't know if we're ever going to get to that. This is rough. All right, let's do that. Our guy will live, hopefully. Uh-oh, they've got an answer. Counterspell for that. All right, down it comes. We're definitely hurting here. Be nice to have a Serrated Arrows. We do not. Yield through the turn. Got 2 turns left. Got him about halfway. Don't think it's enough. I got rid of the Vivisurgeon's Insight just because we have to kind of go, well, we do have to go all in and risk time walking ourselves when we only have 1 turn anyway. And if we draw through things, we can't play them because we're going to be, our mana's going to be tapped out. So I'll probably cut one of those. The sideboard here. All right, there's a lot more damage. Got another one. Yep, we lose. Whoop, cool. All right, here we go. Off to game 2. Definitely all about Serrated Arrows here. Even Mutagenic's not going to save it after the upkeep. It'll still go bye-bye. I'm going to lose 2 of those. I only want to see those quite a bit later. These are only good for instants. And I think I want to go with all 3 of these. Just want to have a bunch of must counter things out there. I think I'll get rid of, well, we're never going to hit with a Thrummingbird in that fairies deck. So we'll get rid of 2 of these. Yeah, let's rock like that. They have the ability to say no to, apply steady pressure. It's actually a pretty similar engine. Theirs is obviously superior. Superstitious Shuffle. Yep. Here we go. Yes, we want to go first. Cool. We've got some counter magic. Got an early creature. We'll prove to them that we still got critters. Maybe they took out their goods. Who knows? Yeah, so this is a first. I've played White Infect on a dare, and it became kind of a staple. And I think it was just 2 or 3 weeks ago, somebody said, play Blue Infect. And so I've been kind of tweaking this thing in the background. And used to always just run the Ichorclaw for whatever you call it, a Blighted Agent, and call it a day. But lately, we just don't want to see a snap here. I probably think we got like mutagenic tricks and things like that. Remember when Piracy Charm used to be everywhere in people's sideboard? It's such a flexible card. Fairies used to run it a lot. I'm talking like 5-6 years ago. There it is. Obviously, on a Ninja of Deep Hours, you can pump it. Otherwise, it'll kill the Moon Circuit. One of the better charms out there. We had a pool party last night. We call it the Funky Bunch. It's the original team of our pickleball team. We've all gone off and done different things now, and only a few of them are playing together officially still. But we're going to we got a lake house in about a month and a half that we're all going to be having a party at. But last night we were celebrating Heather's birthday, one of the really good lady players on our team. And just had a pool party just down the street, and just really fun. The host, Morgan, she's a really good player too, but she's a super good cook. Like really, really like good ingredients. And I said something like, backyard barbecues have no right to taste that good. It was like kind of gourmet hamburgers, you know, the way we were doing it, but everything. So pretty cool. All right, let's attack. I'm definitely want to prologue here, just mostly because we're going to draw a card. But if this hits, I'll be happy because then our Infect engine is online. Just really worried about like a spell pierce here. That be true, Mindstab. Yeah, anybody wants a deep dive in rando cards, he's your guy. I like this. They don't want to get a counter. Cool. I just want to hit like best turn ever. See, this is a person that doesn't understand weather damage, which is not an insult. A lot of people don't. I see it as maybe they do, and they're just trying to like get rid of this creature, which is fine. I mean, they both die. We're going to prologue, mostly to try to draw a land here. A Skerry would be like the best thing here. Okay, so they're infected. It's 1-1. So far, we're in quotes winning the race here. Blind Barrel. True. If we hit like an island here and they just go crazy on the fairy count here, it'll be pretty awesome. We'll be able to play Fade Away, which is just a brutal card sometimes. It's a lot like Illusions. They hit really hard, but they're super fragile. And so if you time Fade Away right, if you get that digital pause, probably more than any other card I've ever played. It's old school. Exodus, Stormhold, one of those. Can't quite remember what the bridge one is. I think it's Exodus. No ninjas. That's good. That means a lot more turns for us. Land, please. Okay, I have a lot of lands in this list. I'm probably walking right into a counterspell, so I'd rather them counter the Blighted Agent than anything else. Can make a big argument for a prologue there. If you know they didn't have the counter, I would have done that because we draw into a land. But and it's hard to get over that motif of like, you know, creatures and infect equal problems. So they're kind of you know, counterspell bait because we've already infected them. So much rather our draw spells come through. Make no mistake, we're screwed. They've got fairy count up, and our deck's fighting us. The one thing this deck usually doesn't do is get screwed because we're playing with 22 lands. Why so many? Because we have foil. We don't want to have to really worry about that. But, you know, this is MTGO, so it's giving us the 0.01% odds of what we draw every turn. There we go again. All right, I will bite the bullet on prologue here. We've already infected them, so they might not really care here, but hey, cool. Hey, okay, it just got them. I thought I had to do the thing, but so the only good thing here is it's encouraging them to overextend, and then if we do draw the island and we have access to Fade Away, it's going to be a really fun party. Really want them to tap out and just be like ninja here or something crazy. Nope, let's suggest they've got just counter magic in hand and they're being smart about what they counter. Really need an island. Thank you. Good grief. So if we pay for it now, it's dumb. They just don't even counter Fade Away and they pay 4. So that's why this can be a little bit of a frustrating card. So we're going to steady progress on their upkeep. 1, 2, 3. Steady progress. I'll probably let it go, I'd imagine. Yeah, it's only one damage there. Oh, if we only had an island. This is when foil gets a little frustrating because we want to play the island now. I've already shown them one foil, so it might be an anticipation. Anticipation, is that a word? Well, it is now. Come on, tap out, please. Get more resources out. Problem is they don't really even need to here. Ah, this is killing us that they're not tapping anything. That is kind of our way out. Well, I think I have to do the agent. Counterspell, do I want to counter that? I think I do. I'll counter the counter. Counter. Hey. And we're 1 mutagenic away from dying. If we had an island, we'd be able to do something about it, but we're probably going to a game 3. I think the odds are we have like a 0.0001%. Good to know. Mind stab throw with the Mnemonic knowledge. Yep, we're dead. We'll go. Yeah. Oh, yeah, we lost both those games. So Serrated Arrows didn't show up. 1-1. We are going into the third create. If you've watched Propaganda for years and years, you'll see we used to do that YouTube video sort of hype reel about subs and stuff. That was one of the first videos I used to roll to. Don't do it more than maybe like once a year now. So yeah, Stumbling Hard on Mana was really frustrating this set because I mean, like we're running 22 lands in a deck that, you know, Vivisurgeon's Insight. It stops at 5, but it feels more like a 2-mana deck here. So all right, we've got our Draw Engine online and ability to poison, so we'll keep. This is by no means finished. This isn't like, oh, this is how you build this list. It's just been a really fun experiment and zigging and zag. I really like that we drew an island there. So I can foil and then still do stuff if something nasty shows up here. Experimental Augury is probably the best card that you want to see early and often. That equals creatures. Sure, I'll let that go. It's just neat to be able to go all in and still have a hard counter in your hand. Bitter Reunion. 45 minutes in, we're 1-1. We won one and then we've lost. Sneaky Snacker entering. Frustrating. Mesmeric. It's kind of our only way of keeping that from hitting us 2 after 2 after 2. Just get it stuck on the battlefield, you know, and proliferate while we're at it. Here we go. Yeah, I used to, my 5-color, traditional creatureless Infect is fond of using that, but we'll do the Prologue dance. I've got plenty of mana. Contentious Plan is probably one of our worst cards, so that's probably going to be the foiled card. Could always, you know, if we had a 3rd island, I might consider pitching 2 islands here, but whatever. Really want to get to that Vivisurgeon's Insight to just reset the game again. I'm looking to counter permanence, so there's another snacker. Contentious to keep Contentious Plan. That be true. Fade Away might be an interesting pull here. They seem to be tapping out a lot more than a counter magic style deck would do. It's funny we had that Fade Away, but they were playing perfectly. All right. So I'm just going to hold up mana. We'll do Steady Progress EOT. We've got a fun turn 4. An Augury Plan. Depends what we do with Steady Progress here. All right. Right now, I think we have 4 turns left, given they're going to have some sort of a direct damage effect. So, oh, like because of the Vivisurgeon's doll mind stab throw, Dorothy. You must explain yourself. You know, what am I thinking? Serrated Arrows would be good here. They will keep coming back, but we'll have something to put them on here. Hawkeye's Bow. Do I counter that or do I counter the creature? I'll counter this. Getting rid of this and this. The Seeker of Skybreak. The rat, the flying rat, that represents more damage. I'm just countering it. Gotta get rid of a card anyway. I would have really liked a steady progress there, but I'm gonna go with what works. Okay, well, Augury here, trying to find an island probably. Yeah, frustrating. Yeah, I want to hit my lands. Any order doesn't bode well for us. Proliferate. Here we go. That's all. Play this. Drop the creature. I hope we draw a land. Maybe they use a direct damage on that Blighted Agent. Okay. But in the pickleball world, I've been having really good games. I've been drilling and training more than I've been playing, and it's really starting to show now. A lot of my bad habits are going away quickly. Taking 4 more. Don't think we're going to make it this game, guys. Well, let's draw now, huh? Well, let's attack first. We can't really block anything of relevance here. Kind of want to gamble here. I got 5 cards. But we might draw into a foil and an island, so I'm just going to do it now. Proliferate. See, done on that. All right. Well, we did draw an island, but kind of stuck down. Looks like we'll get him about 6 or 7, and then we're going to be dead. Well, we'll probably be dead this turn. We're just 2 Gal Blasts away. We've already shown them foil, though, so maybe they'll be a little hesitant. It's not in their nature to be, though. Off we go. Losing the land. 2 red for the wildfire play. Okay. The Seeker of Skybreak, you just got to put so much stuff in there to keep it safe. But I mean, once it hits, you're good to go. So that's kind of a neat part of the combo. And, you know, I think you put it in a deck like this, right? Where you just constant pressure and then you got to worry about the combo. So we're dead next turn. Let's see if we can do anything about this. We cannot. Well, Contentious Plan. Proliferate. Done. Contentious Plan. Proliferate. Done. Thrummingbird would be nice. We could block there, but these got too many creatures on us. So we'll concede here. This is just... What's in Jund? All right. We could even put the dose on Seeker of Skybreak. Turning it off. That would be pretty funny. Not quite sure if I like this, but I do like it because of their combo. Bringing that in. I always cut the scroll. Let's see. Blighted Agent. They do have flyers, so I'm going to get rid of the Thrummingbirds here. Just want to open up some spots. Not quite sure if I want to go into Hydroblast here. Hey! God Moxley 123, good to have you with us. Thanks for joining us. Trying to figure out if I need to go to the fadeaway package. Don't really have any graveyard hate. That would be something I might want to look into. I think I'd like to see this dose. Just to keep things out of the yard here. Let's go in just one of these. Oh, wait, no. None of these then. Yeah. I don't know. Should I play fadeaway over that? This is going to keep the fairies off of us for good. Let's try that. Boom. Welcome aboard. Thanks for that, Chimpskey. Woo. That's right. We're supposedly flying through the SS metagame, an imaginary ship that's trying to avoid Worm, which was titled Wizards United Rarity Management, I think is what it was. Keep. Aboard the SS metagame. That was it. 10 years ago. All right. So we beat red, but That's got a little asterisk by it because it wasn't the best list we've ever seen. I like seeing this mesmerizing dose. Certain deck lists, I do like seeing it. It's kind of our Oblivion Ring in blue, and it's on theme because it proliferates. And it taps it, so it's pretty deluxe. For those creatures that keep coming back. Sometimes they come back. Isn't that the... Ooh, man, maybe I should do that. I think I'm going to bring out my Blighted Agent. Yeah, I'm going to bring out the Agent. Here we go. I'm going to really lean on that steady progress island. Get our Skerries back up to 2. Make them scary. Okay. Change of plans. We'll attack, and then we'll Mesmerizing Dose that in case they have the combo. I don't want to sit back and play too passive on Counterspell here. We'll attack. We have done the thing. We will go like this on this. And we will proliferate here, here, and here. Okay, done. Do have Counterspell backup now. Here we go. Malevolent Rumble. Something tells me to counter this. Shutting things down. Yeah, my hunch was right. That was a gamble play. They were hungry for Skybreak. They needed to fix their situation, and we were there. So I really like the Arrows plan. Glad we didn't do that. I think we're good here. Let's put the dose in between some islands so we get the superstitious effect. 2 insights. There we go. Look at all that blue mana. Woo! Kind of have to keep this. Not wild about it. I'm going to be really naked on turn 3 if our board doesn't open up better here. Bam. Not really respecting the bow combo enough to bring in like a Hydroblast. That might be an error. I'm just all about getting them infected and then walking home with the win here. Cool. That's fine. Playing that out suggests they don't have the other goods. Off we go with the fairy. All right. We're going to get our stuff right. I guess we could prologue EOT. We already drew our land for turn, so there's no sense in doing that. In my mind, I always think of prologue as a sorcery, but that's the insight and the contentious plan. We risk them having a counter here, but I think it's the right play in case they have some just kapow spell right now. That is not it, but we'll make them think we have a counter. Huh. Woo, I like seeing that. Come on, give me a Skerry. Give me a Skerry off the top. Scary, scary, scary. Really hope they come up with some alternate artwork for Sneaky Snackers. Oh, I said scary and it did not listen to me, did it? All right. Yeah, we have an island in hand. We technically could find foil, still be able to do something here, but only 1 infect damage. Looking at about a 3-turn clock. Got to get that arrows out in the boot. In the boot. Augury here is the plan. Hunter's bow. Sure. Passing the turn. We're going to augury. What do we want? When do we want it? Ah. I'm going to take the Prologue just because it draws the card. And we'll proliferate here. Anything anywhere else? Done. All right, off we go. I think we're going to be a little too slow this game, but we'll wait. Don't want to kill him now. Rocking old school Homelands tech here. Serrated Arrows. That's me to do that. That's not my job. That's right. So if we're going to activate this, we want to wait on until they do draw stuff because, hey, there we go. Heck, I might want to kill one of those. Got to respect the combo here. Ooh, It only costs 1 to equip. This feels like a bait move. So if I activate this, Fairy's dead, but then they can drop Seeker and just win the game. I think I have to respect that. I'm taking a lot of damage this turn. I can at least kill the robot. Yeah, I'm going to respect the combo here. And given the hesitation of our opponent, I feel like they have it. I guess you have... Yeah, that's fine. All right, well, now this I can save 3 here. Sure. All right. So we'll do this now. There's no reason not to. Save 3 damage. And keep 2 off the board next turn. Taking damage here. So I'll activate arrows targeting the robot, maybe, and then proliferate. I think that's the move. Yeah, let me plan now. Proliferate here and here. Could have probably done that a little bit better. There's foil. I like that. We're going to put this on here. Augury. We'll put an island in our hand because we've got foil there for the combo. We'll say any order. Then we'll proliferate here, and this will kill the robot, and then this will reset this. Not too bad. Keep that island back. We look vulnerable as hell. Could have been able to technically keep both of those off there. We'll probably lose an agent here. I don't really care about that. I mean, all these cards are dead meat unless they have a really good draw engine here. Seeker. Yeah, no on that. We'll say discard this. Getting rid of that. And our other agent. Hey, all right. Woo. Plus, another reason I didn't want to play the bow, every single person's playing a bow this week, and I don't, as you saw there, they're not all that great at, oops, don't want to do that. I want to be the host. Even a mono blue deck, there's plenty of answers for it. Being a huge proponent of playing decks like Midnight Presence and stuff, I'm all for protecting things and Apostles' Blessings and Tamio's Safekeeping and everything under the sun. I think you got to go really hard in the paint for those. Not that I won't try it, but everybody's talking ban. I don't think so. I think it's too vulnerable. There's only really a couple of creatures that it works on. Okay, we've got our stuff. I'd like for one of these to be something different. We don't know what we're up against, though, so we'll say keep. So we've already won 2, which is kind of, I predicted I'd go like 2-3 or 3-2 with this build. I think the threat of the Seeker of Skybreak is and the bow is just enough to maybe mess up people's sideboarding options and things like that, but whatever. It's a red deck. Looks like game one. Take a bow. But I tell you, there is a ETB in Pokemon, it just stands for Elite Trainer Box, called Ascended Heroes. Oh my God, we sell like 5 or 6 of those a day. It's like the only place you can get these old booster packs, and they're hitting really hard. There's a few like $1,000 plus cards in there, and yeah, it's a pretty darn good investment, or so I hear from the peeps that are of the Pokemon ilk. Taken 3. Yeah, this might be a Blighted Agent sacrificial turn here. I'd like to probably try to hit with it first, since we don't really have a. I mean, we could Merchant Scroll, but that's still 2 moves away. So the plan here would be attack, maybe drop Thrummingbird. Let's try to eat some of their early removal here. This is 4 turns away here. All right, so that saves 3 damage, but now we don't have any infectage. This rate, we might Merchant Scroll for the Prologue. Don't know if we're going to live long enough, though. Hopefully they just have land there. Okay, that bodes well. Yuck. Not much to do here. We're going to go search for some part of our kill shot. Prologue, where you at? Let me just double check if we want anything else. Nope. All this is irrelevant if we don't get Infect going here. So off we go. This is red. So pretty obvious what we bring in here. I do believe this is another good Serrated Arrows matchup. Oh man, there's a lot of damage. We have not infected them yet. We're at single digits. Ooh. Yeah, Pokemon does seem to just be crazy ascending at this stage. Prologue. That was a mistake. I should have prologued with 1 mana in case we drew our land. What you call it. I think I bring out Agent just to another block target. Again, under the guise of like we care about this, we really don't. This is bad. Yeah. Yeah, it looks like we're going to game. Yeah, we're dead. Okay. See here. I love having foil when that happens. It's like, oh yeah? Boom. Here we go. Bring these in. Whole lot of these going on. Whoop. It's an all red deck. Might as well fight it. Get rid of these. I'm going to get rid of 2 agents. A Myr. Thrummingbird. We got to get rid of 4 more cards. I really want to. I'm going to get rid of 2 foils. 2 Contentious Plans. Got a lot of hatred here. Dreamer Stingo. Lego's making Pokemon sets to ensure no one gets to keep any money. Yes. Here we go. All right. We have early that. And a Prologue. I like this. We'll keep. Doesn't mean we're going to win. This is always a nervous sequence here. But when you have nothing to do with 1 mana, then might as well play a land that's a dual that can keep getting bigger. We get another Skerry. I'll Prologue and just eat it. Probably the best start they can have. You know, that efficiency of the blood token is just awesome. All right. Just in case they have stuff, I'm just gonna get our counter online right now. Hopefully we just draw land. There we go. All right. Feeling a little less vulnerable. It'd be nice to find early Serrated Arrows here. As it sits now, Augury will maybe help us get there. We might have to use a Counterspell. Hard counters are tough against these kind of lists because they just kill you with like needles, you know. Just, here, this isn't worth countering. This isn't worth countering. And here it comes again. For the 5th time in the game, it's hitting you for 1. Okay. Fearing the Blast. Ooh, I like that. I can't quite do it. I'll do this. Augury here. Wow. Hydroblast here would be really nasty. Or PauperRBust. Yep, that's a really good play. I could counter it, but then I lose my land. Let me see. I've already played in islands. I can't drop the Skerry here. I'm going to let this go. Oh, off we go. Yeah, we're just dead here. Yeah, well said, Jimmer Stingo. When they do have those little Drazi tokens out and you have Fade Away, it is frustrating. They can sacrifice it if they're paying attention. Sometimes they leave it out though, and then they have to count it. Then it's a wash. 3 damage a turn. Hopefully they overboarded with a bunch of counter magic and not direct damage. Sometimes red can make that error trying to play the counter magic game. That'll make things a little nastier. Double equipment. Off we go. Hits for 3. Yikes. Getting into single digits soon. They do have Metalcraft. Liking that. I'm going to go for it. Let's see Red Elemental Blast that. So that's flash. You got to pay 2 to get the thing. All right. I've got the 2 energy there, but they can't do it at instant speed, so. A real crucial turn here. We really want him to whiff or not use blood token right now on a mountain. That would suck. Alrighty. Well, that sucks a lot too. Wait till they're actually going here. Kill that. Heal through the rest. Still take 4. We already have seen a Fire Blast. Got to be nice to have a foil on an island. Probably just kill Tomb Raider here. I think it's better to just sit back and we'll do it on their turn. They got a Fire Blast to finish us off. Woo! I always like to watch the videos on YouTube. Wanted to come and stream and say thanks. Been watching your videos for years and I love it. I think that's what you said. Kylestown. Awesome. Thank you for the props there. Sorry, I read into it. I love it. And it's always something I look forward to. Keep up the great work. Thank you, man. Makes my weekend. Always nice to have new blood in the chat. As we are about to get real bloody ourselves. Cool. All right, let me I really want to draw a card this turn. We're at 1. We're not winning this game. Let's do this. We will plan. Proliferate the Infect. And this, and this, and this. Say done. That Infect count better go up. Okay, good. Hey, I didn't say the energy. Did you see that? It gave him an energy. It counted both of them. Kind of a bug, I would think. We have no way of getting around this. No appeasement at all. We lose. We're 2-2. All right. Yeah, thank you for that, Chimpskey. We finally got to the 10K. This is our last round. Here we go. Custom match. 2-2. Not exactly how I thought the deck would go. So this is really a bit of a coin flip on who we go up against. Actually, I think we might have a decent game against elves after sideboarding. Playing some pretty old school answers for blue in the sideboard there. Oh, interesting when I stepped through. Okay, glad you mentioned that. I thought it was a bug. Now it gives every type of counter on whatever you choose. Okay. So yeah, you're just... So I clicked on the Infect icon. It saw it as just the player. I see now. Thank you for that. Sometimes I miss some things. So what are anybody going after chase rares in the new Marvel set? I know Dr. Doom is pretty sweet, or Bruce Banner. That's a hell of a card. It costs like 1 blue and just does like everything. We have counter spells. We don't have a way to infect. Something about this I don't like. Vivisurgeon's Insight feels like it's clogged here. We're going to mulligan. Yuck. We are at 1 island, but I'm going to keep it. We'll get rid of scroll. Done. That's how much I hate white bordered stuff. I just see it and I'm like, get out of here. All right. This looks like another bow deck, or Z-Rare advent of Stompy or elves. I just said elves. Let's see if we'll probably lose game 1 and the next 2 will be fun. This could be a bow list as well with the Nettle Sentinel. Start playing green spells. It keeps untapping. A little less efficient way of doing it, but hey, it's in the color chart, right? Always yield. Double Nettle. Double Nettle. Okay, this is what I thought it was. Boom, bang, bow. I'm going to prologue just because we're hurting for lands here, and I'd rather draw a card than get a permanent out. This is fine. I've already done that, right? Yeah, so I can do that next turn, and then Contentious Plan, and then go for it. Oh, yeah, you're right. That's a good plan, too. Yeah, it fits right in elves. You can just make the red mana any sort of ways. We've already got the red mana there represented in Birchlore. Yep, that's indeed what they're doing. Here comes white. I like this person's style. This is right where I would put it too. Don't have to get too crazy with anything. 3 doesn't represent much. Do we have an instant? We do not. I gotta hope we just draw foil here. To just plan proliferating here and here. Come on, foil. I didn't get it. Okay, well, it doesn't mean they have it either. They've only got 1 card in their hand, so they might just come at us honestly, meaning turning things sideways. Spare Sentinel. All right. If you're gonna get Seeker of Skybreak, get the black bordered one, please. Just do it for me. 2/4. Really? Why not just attack? Yeah, there you go. I'm dead next turn. Elves has too many sneaky ways of generating mana, and they don't really care about losing permanents outside of, they don't really care about their land, so Fade Away really isn't good here. Got him at 2 Infect. That sucks. Okay. We did not do the thing. We could do this. What, block? 2, 4, 5. Yeah, we're just dead. Maybe if I bring out... We're dead. All right, this is elves. L. Here we go. These are going in for sure. I'm not going to touch fadeaways. And I do like these Well, no, they're just going to untap it. I need to focus on killing things. Lose the scroll. Thrummingbird, probably lose one of these. I'm going to keep in Ichorclaw. Represents removal. If we get a jump on Infect and stuff like that. All right. My prediction's going to come true either way because I predicted 2-3 or 3-2. We have beaten a red deck and a Jund deck. We lost to Fairy and another blue. I mean, a red deck. Yeah, I want to play first. Thank you for that, Chimpskey. Yeah, about twice a show is perfect ratio for that. Very appreciated. Keep this. Yeah, we got early arrows. It's going to be awesome. Yeah, if you can do it, follow that link to the side of the chat there. Or if you're watching this on YouTube later, go to forums.mtgo.com. And Kami of the Jealous Thirst is broken. You cannot do the thing, to speak in Avatar parlance. Dreamer Stango with the good bet there. All right, Quarian Ranger showing up. Yeah, that's the reason I didn't want to bring in Mesmerizing Tech. They're just going to untap it and stuff. Bambo. Ooh, I got to just sit back on this. Yeah, I'm all about Serrated Arrows first. Let's go. I can always foil Contentious Plan. Island. Don't want to. Really want to get this arrows down. This is very good news. Looks like they're off to a bit of a stultified start. Never mind. They've got it all. That'll probably be enemy number 1. Okay, here we go. Boom, boom, boom. Arrows. Do I do that now? No. Now we've been foiled. Got to play a little defense. Be really cool if we get a prologue off the top. At this stage, I'm more worried about this. So Serrated Arrows here, unless they have Mass Vandal or something. We gave them no reference point in the first game, so it might be unlikely. That's fine. We can kill it. Okay, I like this. We'll kill this. And then we'll go Experimental Augury. Yeah, I'd much rather make sure I hit a land here. I'll do that. We'll get the island. Boy, we could really shut the door with the other one, right? That'd be pretty sweet. Island. Any proliferate. Oh, we didn't really do that, but here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Done on that. I think I'm going to not play the island here, but I will play an agent. Going to get our poison going here. Yeah, it's kind of like it's handing out. It's not -1/1. It's kind of with this build. It's like it's handing out disfigures. It's like -2/2 almost all the time, right? What you got, mate? Woo! Alrighty. I've got. I didn't play land on purpose just in case they went crazy. Now we'll do the thing. We'll attack. I think I want to play Thrummingbird here. Well, not before I do the other thing, though. So we might as well steady progress here. Yeah, I'm just going to steady progress now. Proliferate here, here, here. Done on that front. Now, Proliferate's going to be even better here, so I'm just going to bring this out. We've got a counterspell in our hand, and we can play it. Good news about playing something this rogue and avant-garde is your opponent's just like, what on earth is going on here? Duck, duck. Have haste, huh? All right, that's fine. Kill that. All right. Let me. I'm trying to think if I should kill those guys now, or kill Tuck Tuck. A contentious plan here will proliferate here, here, and here. Cool. We'll play our land this turn. I'm going to augury. Yeah, this is pretty awesome. I'll grab that. Any order. Here, here, and here. Attacking. We proliferate again. It doesn't have reach, does it? Oh, it does. Darn it. All right. Note to self, I got to kill that thing. All right. Bam. Yeah. I could play the agent here. I think that might be the play. Yeah, let's play the agent. We can pitch inside if something gets really scary, but right now I feel pretty good. Despair Sentinel, we don't care about. Yeah, let's counter that. Yeah, let's kill one of those. Savoring our life totals. Yeah, it's kind of a Gatling gun. I was tempted to get that other arrows online, but I think we've got this one. I think I got a way of untapping that. Okay, we'll make them think we've got something better than we do. Or, you know, I have to respect the combo here. So just attack here. Bam, proliferate, always yield. Proliferate here, here, and here. They're just dead next turn, so we just have to respect their Skybreak bow combo if they top. Again, it does no good to play this island. Makes the world a whole lot easier. And again, we're going to give it a minute and then say, you know what, I'd rather counter the actual problem that you're going to reveal. So, and they didn't get there. Dayakuba. Daughter says hello. She's wearing her hexxen necklace. Nice. Always makes my day. You might even draw a foil. Yeah, exactly. But, you know, at this stage, if I drew a foil, I'd probably just hard cast it. But it's always nice to have the option. Okay, Sentinel showing up, representing it's going to block stuff. We've got two Blighted Agents. I don't know what their deal is. Birch Lore showing up, doing the thing. Woo! Not over yet. They might have some card I'm unaware of, but I haven't been keeping too close account. Double Blighted Agent's pretty nasty, and any spell we have with Proliferate's going to do it. Let's see what we would have drawn. More of the same. Okay, so we're 1-1. Now they're going to be bringing in their tech. Again, Mesmerizing Dose doesn't do anything because of the Aquarian Ranger effect. I was pretty impressed with Thrummingbird, though, in that matchup. I know they have some reach creatures, but I think I'll get rid of a Contentious Plan, and we'll contend to see where that leads us. feel like I might want to get rid of one of these. Let me do this. We're definitely not the aggro, so I don't want to see this in my opening hand. I do want to see it, so. And Fade Away, I just find it's not that good against elves. I know it seems a little counterintuitive, but try it a few times and you'll see what I mean. All right. We do have Augury. Don't have any way of dealing with anything like... I think we don't have any infectability and we don't have any counter magic. So I'm going to mulligan this, even though our mana is perfect right there. So we've got some hope here. We'll keep... I think I'll get rid of one of these. It done. That'll Sentinel. That's a bummer. Good first turn. Nice to see those back in elves. Oh my goodness. We have enough counter magic here. Gonna be able to play a little fast and loose here. Glad we have a third land because I'm not tempted to play that plan out of turn. This is it. We either go 2-3 or 3-2 depending on this matchup. Another Aquarian Ranger. And now Fade Away would feel pretty good, right? Seems like every other time they've... Okay, crucial turn here. Glad we got double counter spells. I'll probably foil the foil with an island. I have to. They've got me on a 3-turn clock here. I'm going to be very careful. Seeker. Yeah, we'll say no to that. Get. Part of the combo averted. I still don't have access to red, though, but hey, it represents a faster clock, so that's why I want to get rid of it. Come on. Give me something. Give me something. Give me something. I could draw a card or counter a spell. Technically, I counter a spell anyway. Hate doing this. I want to do this just because we've got options here. We can't proliferate anything. We're just drawing a card here. Deck's fighting us a little bit. We need a poison outlet or one card closer to it with that play. Probably pitch Island Foil, Thrummingbird at this stage. Maybe that's a good blocker. Prevent the Aquarian Rangers from coming over. Yeah, I'd probably get rid of the other foil if something of relevance shows up here because we're going to be at single digits. Bird's going to be our blocker if this keeps up. My goodness. Yeah, we got to get rid of that. I'll do this here. Boop. Get rid of this and this. Bam. All right, Thrummingbird. I just want to draw an island here. Give me an island. All right, we didn't get an island. We got a blocker, though. It's totally irrelevant. I mean, it's a good of relevance with the Aquarian Rangers here. Stop 2 of those already. All right, we'll trade. I think I care about these. Let's go. Island, please. Come on now. I haven't seen that card since 2006. It'd be pretty good in a garden style list that leans a lot heavier on green, you know. On your upkeep, you just sacrifice it with village rights or something like that. And there's that. We're taking 5 this turn. This is looks like we're going to go 2-3, guys. There it is. But hey, I mean, blue Infect, who would have thought, right? Actually, won a few. And we're in this one. Don't think that's where Elves wants to be with that, but whatever. Yep. Now, about the only thing we can use is a Fade Away. Problem here, they could, let's see, return the land. No, that would still be a permanent. But with one Aquarian Ranger out, so, you know, they'd lose even 3 lands. It's like big deal. You just still have the win. Not that big of a pain. All right, we have lost doubt they don't have a green creature. Even if they don't, they can return it and attack and do the thing. So we'll concede here. Blue Infect, everybody. Let's go over the deck list here real quick before I scatter away and start my work day. I hope you're having a weekend free of labor. I have to take the work where I can get it. All right, here we go. Moving forward. Kind of like this list. We didn't see any action on Merchant Scroll. Yes, I am very biased because it's white bordered. I hate seeing this card, but it does have its place, being able to go fetch, obviously, counter magic or well, that's not an instant, but or an augury. But in most cases, you're trying to find the Phyresis to just kind of make sure that if you don't have to worry about creatures, they still get through. Might be better to even lose the Ichorclaw and just go with Thrummingbirds. Just kind of wanted an answer that wasn't blue, in case we got kind of shut out in a scenario like that. It's nice to have one out. Yeah, feeling pretty good here. I think the 2 here is a good call. I think these are good. These are good. Do like where this sits right about now, but as far as flex spots go, you could argue you get rid of one of these, maybe the Myr, and even have more, like maybe 2 Spell Pierce. That might be a really good way to go. So, but yeah, that's what we learned. But yeah. Anyway, y'all, thank you for joining me. I'll be here same time, same place next week. I think we'll go out on some Multani spaghetti sauce. Anyway, guys, till next week, this deluxeicoff signing off. Hopefully I've got good news about all kinds of good things and some tech to show you next week. But till then, this is Blue Infect, deluxeicoff signing off. Thanks to my staff, Nim, Chimpskey, and Dreamer Stingo, as always, for having my back, being my mods and such. And we'll see you same place. Thanks for getting me to 10,000 subs, everybody. Adios.
The magic of Yavimaya, now in your kitchen. Mutani spaghetti. The only noodles whose power and tastiness are equal only to their legendary ingredients. Our pasta is made from only the finest weather sea, imported from Dominaria straight to your dinner table. Enjoy Mutani spaghetti. Combine it with our signature Raffaello's cheeses and finish it off with a glass of sweet Rashidan. Mutani's, the magic of Yavimaya in every bite.
Available at Moros's Market.